Command Point now has merch. Link in the description.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Command Point. My name's Ryan and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review on the new Warhammer 40,000 Leviathan box set, which is going to be coming out in stores very soon. Now, one thing I do have to preface about this box set is the fact that Games Workshop, of course, sent this out to Shane and I ahead of time to review, which we are both equally surprised and grateful for. So the first thing I want to talk about in this box set is, of course, the miniatures themselves that you get in this box. So all of the models, the Space Marines, the Tyranids, they are all either new sculpts or they are updated sculpts of old models. All of the models in this box are also push to fit and monopose. The fact that all of these models are push to fit is great for somebody who's new to the hobby, you know, who doesn't really have a lot of experience working with like plastic or super glue. So, I mean, that's a big plus for new players right there. My favorite models in this box have got to be the Space Marine Terminator Captain and the Screamer Killer. Both those models, the poses are so cool. You know, you can't really get very dynamic with a Terminator. Just because of the bulky frame they have, but he looks really cool, and both of those models look like they were sculpted specifically to be facing off against each other on the battlefield. Of course, the other thing that comes alongside those models in the box set is the core rulebook itself. Inside, you're going to find, of course, the core rules for the game. You're going to find lore, you're going to find art, all that other great stuff, you know, that really just lends to the 40K aesthetic. A showcase of models from all different factions, as well as rules for the new Combat Patrol game mode, which is kind of like an introductory game mode designed to help newer players get into 40K, as well as the Narrative Crusade rules. And the cool thing about the Crusade rules in this book is that they are all themed around a Tyranid invasion, basically. So some of these missions, for example, Screaming into the Void, the attacker in this mission has to go and basically try to send a signal out into space to warn other nearby systems of the Tyranid invasion. And against the swarm, the defender has to defend these fortified hard points on the battlefield against the swarm of Tyranids. So yeah, a really thematic narrative campaign. So outside of the miniatures themselves, this is probably the thing that I am most excited for in this box set. Those of you who play Kill Team, of course, are probably going to notice some similarities between these two. The Critical Ops mission pack and the Leviathan mission pack. So using the Leviathan mission pack, players determine their mission by shuffling and randomly drawing one card from the deployment, mission rule, and primary mission decks. Going over this mission pack can be a whole video by itself, but suffice to say that with 9 primary missions, 5 deployments, and 12 mission rules, this brings a lot of replayability to this box set. And while the inclusion of the mission rules probably doesn't make this packet very good for true competitive play, the most fun I've had playing 40K in the last edition was with the old Tempest of War mission pack, which, of course, the Leviathan mission pack is clearly emulating. So I am looking forward to getting in a lot of missions with this packet, or this pack, I should say. It looks like a lot of fun, lots of replayability, so lots of like recurring value with that. So moving on to some criticisms I have of the Leviathan box set, I want to talk about the rules for the Space Marines and the Tyranids included in the box set, or I should say the lack thereof. So the rules for the models in this box set are included in the instruction booklet. So the way they have it formatted, I don't even want to talk about the formatting yet. I want to talk about the data sheets, the data sheets themselves that are included in here. So as you can see, basically all you get for the models is the basic stat line as well as the stats for each of the weapons, or any of the weapons that the model is equipped with. There's in no place in this box set was I able to find any sort of special rules army-wide rules, anything like that. Which, I mean, I get it. It's the starter box. All of those army-wide rules and the data sheets, as far as I'm aware, are going to be available for free as a download, presumably upon release through Warhammer Community, which is cool. Free rules on the internet instead of having to buy like a codex straight out of the gate is nice. I just really wish that, you know, they had included the full rules in the actual box set, because I can see somebody walking into a local game store, picking up this box set, taking the box set home, not knowing that those rules are available for free online, opening this up and being like, oh, the Space Marine captain doesn't really have any sort of like aura abilities. Oh, the Screamer Killer just has those 2 weapon profiles. That's really it. But yeah, I just wish those were included in here. Probably like a nitpick of mine, but I mean, you paid for the models, and I kind of want a physical copy of the rules in the box. Another critique of mine is the fact that there is no terrain in this box set. You know, if you really want a full, true Warhammer 40K experience right out of the box has got to come with some terrain. You can't just play on your coffee table or on your kitchen table at home and expect the same experience. Otherwise, you know, this dreadnought, this dreadnought in the box set here is just going to wind up just wiping the Tyranids off the board, you know? So yeah, some terrain would have been nice. You do get a ton of plastic in this box set. I'm not saying it's a bad deal by any means, but I really do wish that some terrain was in this box. So overall, what do I think of the Leviathan box set? Personally, I think it's an awesome set. You know, I love Space Marines, love Tyranids. I just love 40K. So like, yeah, I'm gonna love this box. It is as close as you can get to the full 40K experience, I guess, in a self-contained box. I mean, there's no terrain in it, but you know, it's pretty darn close. Overall, I think it's a great way to either get into the new edition if you're a new player or if you're a returning player and either of these armies interest you. I think you'd be very happy to pick up this box set. Now, if you are a new player and you either are on a tighter budget or neither of the Space Marines or Tyranids appeal to you as armies that you would want to play, then I would recommend just skipping this box entirely and thinking about picking up one of the Combat Patrol boxes instead and starting off with that. Because the rules for Combat Patrol, while they're included in the core rulebook, I believe those are also going to be available for free online through the Warhammer Community website as either a download or an article that you can visit. For veteran players who have already, you know, are invested in 40K, they've got like 1 or 2 or however many more, you know, full 2,000 point armies. Unless you are a Space Marines player, a Space Marine player, or a Tyranids player, you know, or, you know, unless you want to get into those armies, I would say you could probably safely skip this box set and just go ahead and wait for the core rulebook and the Leviathan mission pack to come out separately. I will say, if you are a Space Marine player or a Tyranid player and you are on the fence about picking up this box set, I personally would. I'm a Space Marines player. I was planning on picking up this box set anyways, and that's simply because with all of these new models being in this box set, we don't know exactly when all of these new models are going to be released in individual model kits. If you want the new models, definitely go ahead and pick up this box set. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this review. I hope that kind of helped out some of you guys out there who are thinking about picking up this box set or were kind of on the fence about it. Once again, a big thank you to Games Workshop for sending this box set out ahead of time to Shane and I to do a review on. I also want to go ahead and thank our supporters over on Patreon and our YouTube channel members. If you liked today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any future Command Point content. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all again in the next one.